Now, Jono, I obviously sit next to you and I get an opportunity to talk to you and learn from you pretty much every single day, and I see how busy you are. But it's pretty fascinating to me about what a day is like in the life of Jonathan Hardwick and how you go about structuring it and perhaps broadening that out. How do you go about setting the direction of the business? Because one thing that's really clear here is between you and Sam, you set the direction of the business, but you definitely allow the general managers or the other DPs to run the businesses. But maybe start first with what a day in the life of you.
Yeah. Well, first thing in the morning, my brain does not turn on until I have a coffee, Howard. So I get up and start getting ready, but all I'm thinking about is getting that coffee, and I go down and get my wife and a coffee for me, and that's when the day starts, I suppose.
Yeah.
Once I've had that first latte.
Because you're big about starting the day.
Absolutely.
It says it on the board behind you in your office.
No, really important. Mate, how do I plan my day? When I get to work, I pull out my list of jobs that I wrote to do yesterday, and I review them, and I add to them, and I set myself the task to get through the next day's list.
Yeah.
And it's a constant challenge to get the priorities right. You have a natural tendency to maybe go and do the easy things first, but I think it's really important to actually prioritise the jobs that need to be done, and I do my best at it. Sometimes I get it right, sometimes I get it wrong, but there's certainly a plan. So every morning I try and set out to make sure I'm working on the right jobs, or the jobs that need to be done first and have the most importance.
Now, when you joined us at Berwick, you were very active, working operationally in the business like a general manager does these days. However, clearly you transitioned because of the group and setting the direction of the company and what you wanted to see. So just maybe talk us through how you came to that decision and how you implemented it. Mindset, I suppose.
No, absolutely. Look, I think in any business, whether it's cars or outside of cars, the business is the people within in them, and you can't grow if you aren't willing to let people have autonomy to make decisions and run the businesses. And that took a little time to teach myself to be able to let go and allow people to make the business their own. And I suppose I've moved in that area that I'm the coach of my DPs, general managers, and I want them to run the business. I want it to be their business or our business together, where they're the ones, and I'll support and I'll coach and I'll try and help them be a better version of themselves to get the best result for the business.
Yeah, that coaching word is interesting, but also how do you remain ahead of the curve?
Look, I don't think I've ever been ahead of the curve, Howard. But
I reckon you're doing a disservice.
But I certainly want to continue to try and improve, and I think we've spoken before. I watch a lot of documentaries. I read a lot of books. I try and stay fit. I think you got to make a conscious decision to try and keep improving yourself, no matter where you sit in your business career.
And that's just not from an education perspective in terms of the work that you're doing, but also in general life, right?
Correct. Yep.
So we talk about, look, we love a nice glass of Pinot.
Absolutely.
We love a nice bite to eat, but fitness and eating the right foods, getting enough sleep.
So important.
Yeah.
So important. And look, everybody has their own release or their own thing that they need to do in their spare time.
Yeah.
I enjoy the fitness side, and I love food, and I just know that I need to be disciplined about how I eat. Yeah. During the week, or so I can enjoy the foods that I want to enjoy, and each to their own in that space, I suppose. But I think it's more for me. It's more around the mindset of you healthy body, healthy mind.
Makes sense. Excellent.